Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Thursday, February 6, 2025 at 6:30 in the morning. And here at Forex Smart Trade, we teach people how to be profitable currency traders using our simple but very accurate indicators. And this morning, my goal is to show you one of a dozen different trade strategies that we have that you can trade with. In addition to manually trading, we now have alerts that you can program in the specific trade setup, and it will tell you when the trade is there so that you can take a look, confirm it, and take it. So with that, let's kind of jump right in and see what we've got this morning. We first need to listen to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We teach with a number of different tools. We've got videos. We've got group training sessions. We've got these live trades. I do 3 a week, Monday afternoon and Tuesday and Thursday morning at this time. I also send out trade setups. A trade set up for the overnight trade at about 4:15. When you become a regular member, we have live trades every morning at 10 a.m., every evening at 6 p.m. And then you can see we've got a lot of group training sessions. And it's those group training sessions and that continuous focus on working on the fundamentals that we think helps you stay sharp and stay profitable. I like to work off of a little checklist that helps me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And every morning I like to refresh my green chart, keeps the memory, clears out the memory, and picks up any updates they have done. At the end of every day or the beginning of the next day, depending on how I'm feeling at the end of the day, I like to go back and take a look at trades that didn't work how I anticipated. And it's with our simulator, you can go back to a specific point in time and look at exactly what the chart was telling you and see if you made some sort of error in the execution. Tuesday, our trade didn't do what we wanted. I'm not going to go back and take a look at it this morning, but it didn't do what we wanted. It did get back to, we're looking for the trade. We're trading off of a 1 hour chart. So we're looking for the move to happen within 1 to 3 hours. We were 6 hours into it. It got close to stopping out, but didn't, then came back. and became profitable. When it became profitable, I moved the stop loss up to see if it by that time it's we're working off of a different signal. Pull the stop loss up to the entry, and then if it makes its move and finishes off, great. If it doesn't and pulls back, we just get out at break even, which is what we did. You may not have known to do that, and that's one of the reasons you want to kind of get the coaching so that you know these kind of things to do when the trade doesn't. One is identifying the trade, and then two is the ability to manage the trade when it doesn't go how you think it's going to go. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. Our indicators are very good at predicting the direction of the market, but news does impact currency prices. So we want to know what news events are coming up so that we can kind of trade around them. And this morning at 7 a.m., there's going to be some news on the pound, on their monetary policy and bank rates. And you can see that the pound moved quite a bit during the night. So some of this was leaked out, I assume. So probably most of the impact is gone. But we won't trade the pound this morning because I don't like to trade within 2 hours of the news event. And at 8:30 this morning on the U.S. dollar unemployment claims, we are again within that 2 hour window. Forex Factory breaks news down into kind of three components. Red, which are high impact. Those are the ones that I trade around. Yellow is low impact. I ignore those. I also ignore the medium impact, the orange ones. So today we'll stay away from the pound and the USD. So with that, let's take a look. The trade I'm going to do this morning is the 10-point trade signal. It's during the day. It's the principal trade I take. The overnight trade is kind of a modified version of the 10-point trade signal. But basically, there are three parts to the chart, and I'm looking to get all three sections to kind of agree, the lines in all three sections to agree. And when they do, that's a high probability trade. I like to take it off of a 1 hour chart, which means that 1 hour chart, the trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And I'm expecting it to close within 1 to 3 hours. So let's take a look and see what we've got. The chart I will be trading off of this morning is the Light 6 Major, which is one of our standard charts. It's a composite chart. It's going to show us 6 different currency pairs. In this case, they're all U.S. based. I know we said we're not going to trade the dollar this morning, but we can still take a look and see if we see a good setup. Part of what I want to do is get you in a position where when you see the setup, you're able to take the trade. So this red and green line here in the middle section, this middle section we call the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. This horizontal red line is the oversold line. So I'm looking basically for situations where we're oversold and the lines are going up like they are here. And I want to kind of ride it through the channel. And you can see we've got 3 green candles here. Or we are overbought and the lines are going down, say more like over here. Lines are going down and we want to ride it through the channel. And I am looking to carve out, my sweet spot is 11 pips. And you can see here, 2 hours was worth, 23 pips. So would have been able to carve that out had we caught this up here. So that's the goal. I don't need to look at the other two sections if I don't have what I want in with the majors and minors. So here we're approaching overbought. I generally avoid taking a buy trade when we're overbought. Can you make 11 pips? Yes, you can. I just don't want to get, once we get to overbought, at some point it's going to turn and come back. And I don't want to get stuck holding a trade when it turns. So actually here, Euro USD, here's a situation where we were oversold. The line started to go up, and then it turned when we were oversold. And here's a case where you could have gotten 11 pips. You could have carved that out over the 3 hours when it was oversold. But to me, that's not a high probability trade. I'd rather take less trades and have more winners than not. So here we don't have agreement between the majors and minors. Minors are going up, majors are going down. Pound USD oversold, been oversold for a long time. Generally, when we've been oversold like this, I don't like this. I like it when it goes up and it turns and comes back. So here, we don't know how long it'll stay down here. So for me to take a trade coming off of when the major indicator's been oversold for a long time, I want to see steep sharpness on the green line, and I really want to wait till it's entering the channel. So we don't have that here. Dollar Canadian dollar, or US dollar Canadian dollar, overbought. Everybody's coming down. Double cross. The red line's on top of the green and the black line's on top of the gray. And we've got good steepness on the green line. It's better than 45 degrees. Green line has entered the channel, but hasn't quite reached the halfway mark. I will consider trades where the green line hasn't quite made it halfway yet. I don't care quite as much that the miners have run through the channel, but I do want all the lines going down. So we have that here. 2 orange lines going down, supporting the sell signal here. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue goes down, that means buy. And in this case, both blue lines are going down. So I only have 2 of the 4 of these lines telling me to sell. I want at least 3. So I don't have what I want here. So I'm going to pass. I don't need to look at the pressure. Although we've got kind of almost sideways pressure or very weak up pressure with red on top. So this does count as a point. Normally I'd want the lines going down or the red line on top, which we have here. Dollar Swiss franc overbought. Majors are kind of sideways, so nothing there. Dollar yen just reaching oversold and going down. 2 hours ago, this would have been, if we were able to catch this. Even I don't know, 20 minutes ago, I think this was at the halfway mark when I was looking at it. So that would have been something to consider. So I have cloned this chart. We've got 6 more charts that are non-USD. Euro pound overbought. Everybody's coming down. We've got the double cross reds on top, blacks on top, but the slope of my green line is a little less than 45 degrees. So I'm going to pass. I want this to be 45 degrees or better. Australian dollar, yen, we're past the halfway mark, so I'm going to pass. Euro Canadian dollar, oversold. We don't have agreement between the majors and minors. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, overbought. Everybody's going down. I've got the double cross, reds on top, blacks on top. Good steepness on the green line. So I've got all four things I'm looking for. I've got the plus that the lines are clustered, and it's a plus to me when the green line's about to go into the channel. Now, the issue here is it's evening in Australia and New Zealand. So I want one of these to be actively trading because I'm looking to have the move within 1 hour. So there needs to be kind of enough pressure behind it to make the move. When it's off trading, it will take longer for this to happen. So so even though I like this signal, and then if I jump up to my TNTs, thin orange coming down, thick orange coming down, thick blue going up, I've got 3 of the 4 here, and I've got up pressure with red on top and the green pulling away, so 1 here. So I kind of like this setup, but because of the time, I'm going to pass. Pound yen oversold. Minors going up, majors going down. So we're going to pass here, and then again we've got the news item in just a few minutes here on the pound. I would probably look at. Maybe 30 minutes after the news. Maybe you come back to this. When you have a big down move like this, there'll be some retracement. It'll pull back. This is a Fibonacci, and it will pull back to maybe 38%. But you need to let it settle. So maybe 30 minutes afterwards, you could take a look at taking a buy purchase to catch this pullback. Actually, I'm going to leave that up here, and we'll come back and look at it. I'll come back and look at it later. Euro Australian dollar, we don't have agreement between the majors and minors. So let's look at another group. Canadian dollar yen oversold going down. Euro New Zealand dollar oversold. We don't have agreement. A pound New Zealand dollar oversold. We don't have agreement with the majors and minors. New Zealand dollar yen oversold. Majors are sideways. Gold dollar approaching overbought. Euro Swiss franc we've got sideways, overbought and sideways. Let's look at another group. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, overbought going up. Swiss franc yen, oversold. We don't have agreement between the majors and minors. Euro yen, oversold. We don't have agreement with the majors and minors. Pound, Australian dollar, oversold. We don't have agreement. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, overbought. We don't have agreement. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Again, overbought, majors are sideways, minors coming down. So we've just gone through 24 pairs and didn't see anything kind of close to a good setup to take a trade with. Now, as I said, we've got a dozen different trade strategies. Another trade strategy that I sometimes use, I don't use it as much anymore because this is a little scalp trade. It's worth 5 pips. And I'm at the point in my trading that if it's not worth at least 10, 11 pips, I'm not really interested in taking it. But it's called the thick orange line strategy, and you can take it off of a 1 hour or a 30-minute chart. And what it does is this trade looks at the position of the thick orange line, and this is a scaled number. And when it's as high as it can go, this is at 10. When it's as low as it can go, it's at 0. So when it's at 10, it thinks there's no more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that's a good time to sell. So I am looking for situations where this number is 10 or 0. Now I can take this trade when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour, right before the new candle comes up. So I know we're at 9 minutes left in the hour, but we can kind of take a quick look through and see if we see a setup and wait till we get to the 5-minute mark. So I'm looking for 10 or 0 or within one of either end. So 6 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. Euro yen 0.14, that's close enough to 0. When I see this is at 0, or within one of 0, I want to confirm it by looking at where the red line on the major indicator is, and I want it to be oversold, and it is. It's way oversold. So when I see this 0 and the red line's below the horizontal red line, this is worth a 5-pip buy. So as we get a little closer to 5 minutes, if this still is here, and it should be, we're going to go ahead and take a buy for 5 pips on the euro yen. Actually, the one other thing I want to check, I guess, is what the spread is. So, because we need to take into account what the bid and ask is. So euro yen, I don't have that here. So I go to file, new chart. Euro yen is going to be down in this third group. Euro yen, going to make it 1 hour. And the spread is the difference between the bid and the ask price, and it's about a pip. The pip is about as high as we'll go, a little less than a pip for 5 pips. So that means I've got to pay 1 pip before I make my money back, because the difference between the sell price and the buy price. So we can still take that when it gets to that point. So we've got the euro yen when we get down under 5. So 1 isn't close enough, 8 isn't close enough. Again, I'm looking for 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either end. 7, no. 10, yes. But look where my red line is. It's in the middle of the channel. I want it to be up here, like, past the blue line. So this is telling me there's more up, even though this doesn't think there's any more up. And you can see it's been at 10 for the last 3 hours. So it was 10 here, it was 10 here, and it's 10 here. So we need we need these, each of the sections are measuring something different. So we want to get that agreement between the multiple sections, and then we've got a high probability trade. So 0, yes, but my red line isn't past the horizontal red line. My red line on the major isn't past. 2, no, not close enough. 1, 1.1, not close enough. I want it to be under 1 for this to be good. Canadian dollar yen, 0, but my red line is just touching the red line. I want it to be overextended. And you notice this is the yen, and our other trade was the yen. So the yen looks like there's about, what happens is when this is 0 and the red line's extended, it's like pulling a rubber band. There's going to be a little snap when the candle changes, and that's usually worth 5 pips. Let's keep looking. 7.8, no. 3, no. 0, yes. I'm looking for 0 or 10. But here we're overbought. I want it to be oversold. So this is telling me there is a big down move. This thinks there's no more down. So we've got conflicting information here. 4 no, 0 yes. Again, it's with the yen, but the majors are telling me there's still more down in the move. 1.9 isn't close enough. Zero yes, again with the yen. Red line's just touching. I want it to be past the horizontal red line, so not quite. Dollar Swiss franc, yes, but we're overbought. I want this oversold. Yes, but the lines are like overbought. 8 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. 9, yes, but look where the red line is. I want them up here beyond where the gray line is. So we have we're under 5 minutes now. Oh, no, it's over here on this one. Euro yen within 1 of 0, and the red line's way oversold. So we're going to take a 5 pip buy on the euro pound. So I got the euro pound up. I'm going to go to new order. This is a demo account. We've got 13,900 in it. To figure out my lot size, I'm just going to move this decimal place over 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1.39. So I'm going to go to 1.4. I can take anywhere from half of that, 0.7, to double at 2.8, but I'm just going to take the 1.4. I'm going to do market high. Right click, go to modify. And this trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. I click the little blue button. It does the math for me. And we're going to use, because of the accuracy of this, we can use a 4 to 1. So 20 pip stop loss. Add an extra 0 to convert pips to points. And the only other thing I want to do is I want to confirm that we're going to get our full 5 pips. So we got in at 175.293. So if I add 5 pips to that, it's going to go to 0.973. 973 to get, 973 to get my full 5 pips. And then let's click modify. And so we took a buy on the euro yen using the thick orange line signal with a take profit of 157.973, 157.973, and it closed while we were here. Closed while we were on the trade. All right, gang. If you want to learn to trade, best way to do it is you need the right tools and the right training. Find somebody who has those things and is willing to teach you. We have it. We're willing to teach you. We've been doing this a while. We kind of know where all the potholes are and the things to do and not do. So we can expedite your learning so that you get there faster. And we are so confident in how well these tools perform that once we've trained you, we'll let you trade with our money and split what you make. Have a terrific Thursday, and I will see you. I'll see you this afternoon when we do the overnight trade. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.